I am really struggling to get this video filmed because I keep stuttering and getting tongue-tied because I am so excited to be doing this video. Hi guys, so today is my 5-week pregnancy update. I cannot believe that I am here doing this update. Like, it blows my mind that there is a little baby in me when I'm not meant to be able to have that. First of all, before I get into anything, and I just want to let you guys know that this is probably going to be a long video because just for this first update and the last few weeks, and there's just so much to tell you guys and catch you all up on and explain. So the first thing I want to say is I want to thank everybody for their support, and the way that my Making It Through page on Facebook and this YouTube channel has gone in the past week is like amazing. Like, me and my husband were kind of just watching it, and suddenly people were watching, and our pregnancy announcement video was like, the views were going up, and then people were adding me on, subscribing to the channel and subscribing to my Facebook page, and I was just like, people are interested, like, and it's the amount of support that we received, and the amount of people I know and people I don't know that were just so excited to hear about this. I love it, so thank you very much. And I do have to put out a thank you to Nicole from IVF Mama from here in New Zealand. She mentioned me on her page, and I think a lot of her subscribers jumped over and had a look at my page. So I just want to thank you so much for putting my name out there, because I have just gained so much support. So I just want to thank you if you're watching. And if you're a subscriber of her and she doesn't see this, let her know that I thanked her. This week I am 5 weeks. This is my 5th week of pregnancy, and today is Friday, and I am 5 weeks and 3 days. So very, very early. We are due at the moment, like, still an early rough estimate, but I am due on February the 29th next year, 2016. And when I first found out, I've always said I don't want a leap year baby, because then every 4 years my baby's birthday will be like something different and all that kind of thing. And I've always said it. And then when we went for our scan the other day and it came up the top, I kind of had a hunch that it would be. I was like, oh, but I'm not one to go on my due date, and I always go late with the other baby. With the boys, I've gone late, and then I'm not sure what's going to happen with this pregnancy, but if I get induced and all that kind of thing, and I'll just keep my legs crossed on the due date. If you guys haven't seen my pregnancy announcement video, go and check that out. I will link it down bottom. And if you come across this video and you have no idea why, like, of course it is exciting, we are pregnant, but if you don't understand the full story behind this pregnancy, then go and check out all my other videos. I will try and link some below. But generally, I should have had a hysterectomy a week ago, like a week and 2 days ago, and I'm sitting here pregnant. It's crazy. I can't believe it. I'm blown away. I'm so excited, and just so bring it in, Emma. Bring it in. It's been happening this week. I guess really I should go back a little bit I kind of explained in my pregnancy announcement video how we found out I was pregnant, but generally the way we found out was I started spotting, and it wasn't right for me to be spotting then and there, and then a few things clicked in my mind. I was like, surely not, you know, and did a pregnancy test, and hello, I was pregnant. We went into A&E because of the risks involved. Like I said, please check out all my videos below. If I go into my history, this video is going to be massive. So please check my links below. But yes, we went into A&E because I was very scared about this pregnancy, and I was very all over the place with surgery coming up. And so I went in and I said, this is what's happening. They had a look, and my levels were very low, and she's like, I'm not sure where this is going to go, so in a few days time we'll recheck your levels, blah blah blah. So I said in my first one that I said in my pregnancy announcement that I wasn't going to tell you guys my levels, but now that I know everything's fine, I will tell you guys. Please, if you come across me and my levels, and you're pregnant and you're wondering about your levels, please don't stress, because that's what I did looking at other people's ones, and it turns out that my levels were fine. They can range between so many different numbers, guys. So my first one at 3 weeks, I think we worked out, I was 3 weeks and 5 days, were 17. And then at 4 weeks, they were 68, so they had more than doubled. Because they generally, every 48 hours, want them to double. So 48 hours later, they were 68. And then, oh, two days later, again, so I was about 4 weeks and 2 to 3 days, they were 300. And then at 5 weeks, they were 1,250, I think. So they were kind of doubling, tripling, quadrupling nicely. And then the last one, it just doubled every 48 hours. So it kind of turned out that it had just doubled. I was a little bit worried about that, but the doctor said, no, that's perfect. And then they were going to arrange a scan for the following week, but I started getting some pains. And I'll go into that in a minute. And so I rang my doctor and she's like, right, we'll get you an emergency scan today, which was on Wednesday. And we had it just to make sure, we had to have an early scan to make sure that the baby was in the right place because of the high risk of ectopic and the pains I was having. And we had the scan, guys, and this baby is snuggled right in my uterus. There it is. I don't know, can you guys see it? So it measured 5 weeks and 2 days, and so that makes me 5 weeks and 4 days today. I'm not sure if that's what I said, but 5 weeks and 4 days today. It is snuggled right where it should be. I couldn't believe it. She put the Doppler on my tummy, and I was like, where is it? And I was unable to drink heaps of water, so my bladder was quite empty because of how I've been feeling. So when she first put it on, I was like, I can't see a sac, and my heart sunk, and she warned me that I was early and we might not be able to see it. And she's like, we'll do a transvaginal ultrasound, and she did that, and straight away it popped up. And she said for how far along I was, that's perfect, what we're seeing. So I've got the sac here, and then there's like a little egg sac, the yolk sac, and then she thinks that she can just see the baby. This over here is my cyst. So obviously if you've gone back and watched all my videos before this, you'll know that I have a peritoneal cyst. We were hoping it hadn't come back as much, but there it is in all its glory, and it is 5.5 centimeters there. So for now, baby is healthy. Baby is perfectly healthy and where he should be, well, he or she, and we are just ecstatic. We can now kind of be excited. I have another scan next week, and I'll be 6 weeks and 4 days, and they're just going to check that there's cardiac activity. Generally, my pregnancy, baby-wise, should go along now just like any other normal pregnancy. So hopefully next Friday we will see a little heartbeat, and then everything's good to go. Symptoms for this week. Now, because this is my first update, I'll kind of go back to the beginning with my symptoms. But my first symptoms at 3.5 weeks was the spotting. It's very different for me because I didn't spot with the boys, but I just knew that it was something weird because my period wasn't due for like another little bit, because my cycles are quite long and a little bit up and down, and it just didn't seem right for me to have spotting then and there. It wasn't a lot of spotting, it was kind of if I checked sort of thing. It's just something that I did notice. So I took a test to make sure, because I've heard that you can kind of have implantation spotting and all that, but also I know that you can bleed when a baby's ectopic, and because the bleeding was out of the ordinary, I just thought I'd better check. So that was my first symptom, and it's kind of the only symptom I had of pregnancy though. Like, if that hadn't happened, I probably wouldn't have tested. Then once we kind of found out, the other symptom I got obviously was the tiredness. So around 4 weeks, I started feeling that I was getting a lot more tired and feeling a lot more fatigued, and it's not really fatigue, it's more just your body feels heavy and lazy. Like, I wanted to do things, and like, you know, I'm trying to look after the boys and all that kind of thing, and I just felt really lazy and I just couldn't do anything. And at 5.5 weeks now, it's still going. It's horrible. From the moment I wake up in the morning, I feel like I haven't had much sleep. And then like last night, I went to bed at like 6:30 and just lay there because I was just so tired. I didn't so much want to sleep. I was just exhausted. Like, my body just felt heavy. So it's been one of my main symptoms, and it is a symptom that I've had with the other two boys. I'm just really feeling it now more because I'm busy with the boys instead of kind of being able to just sit and relax and all that kind of thing. So that is my main symptom, is fatigue, and it is still going at the moment. The other main symptom I've had, and it probably kicked in around 4.5 weeks I started noticing it, and then it's just getting worse as the time's going on, is morning sickness, but not vomiting. So if you get what I mean, it's my tummy's causing issues and it's coming out other places. So I'm sure you know what I mean. I wake up in the morning and I just have a really queasy tummy. When it first started, I thought maybe I had a bug on top of everything. Like, I thought I had a bug on top of everything, so I was like, I've just found out I'm pregnant and I'm tired and now I've got a bug. But as time's gone on, I'm starting to realise that it is a symptom, and I read about it, and apparently it's very, very common. It's just your digestive system sorting itself out and the hormones and everything like that. So every morning I wake up with a really yucky tummy and I have to go to the toilet. And then as soon as I eat, like if I eat a meal, my stomach goes yucky and I have to go to the toilet. I don't know why I'm bothering going to town or anything like that, because like this morning, me and my sister went and had a coffee this morning, and then we were walking around and I was like, oh my goodness, like, I've got to find a toilet. And it's happening all the time. I am still exercising at the moment, and so we go on quite a big walk every morning. It's probably not helping my fatigue, but we try and do that every morning, and we get halfway around and I'm like, oh no. So it's I said my fatigue is, but I think this upset tummy is probably the biggest problem and the biggest symptom. And I mean, I think I'd rather it over vomiting, which I have done. I have been vomiting, but probably kind of here and there, but nothing like this. And this is actually the first time I've had upset tummy at all with pregnancy. I think my last pregnancies I might have had a day or two, but this is the first pregnancy where it's been every day and interfering with me being able to eat and all that kind of thing. So that is fun. But I'm actually really pleased. Like, every morning when I wake up and my tummy's all upset and yucky, I'm like, baby's still going strong. Like, the baby's still causing my tummy to be yucky. The third symptom is really, really sore boobs. I am not exactly small in the area on the average day, and all of a sudden they're a lot bigger, and it really annoys me. Well, it doesn't annoy me, but I feel like when I've got such big boobs, it just makes me feel big as well. You know, I'm quite a self-conscious person about my body and all that kind of thing, and now I've got like these big boobs and it just makes me feel big. But they are also very, very sore and very, very kind of just tender, and when I go to have a shower at night and I get undressed, it just hurts, and the water hurts them and that kind of thing. I have found the last few days when I wake up in the morning, they're not as bad, and the other morning I actually started stressing about it because I was like, surely, you know, why aren't they sore, why aren't they sore? And then as the day went on, I was like, oh yeah, they're sore. So that is another symptom, really, really sore and big boobs. So I hope that kind of calms down for a little bit, because it really is like, Bentley will jump at me and give me a hug, and it's like, oh my goodness, you know, but what can you do? It's all part of it, and I know that that aspect is only going to get worse when the baby comes. Last thing I wanted to do today was my baby buys. Of course, being so early, we shouldn't be buying things yet, but I couldn't help myself. I just wanted that one little baby thing in the house. I sold all my baby stuff, guys, because I didn't know that I was going to have a baby, so we have to start from the beginning. So the first thing we have bought for this baby, and probably it'll be the only thing for a little bit until we know Bubby will be joining us, definitely, is this. So it's just a little hat. It's size small from TNT. They had a big sale on, I think it was like $5 down to $2. I couldn't help myself, and it's neutral gender, neutral gender neutral, this hat is. So that is that, and that's the only thing we've really bought. This, and this is from one of our friends, Marianne. She drew it all on her own. This is her own artwork, like freehand drawing, and it says, it's got my name there, making it through, and I'm not sure what the quote was, but then we got pregnant, she had changed it, and it says miracles do happen. So I love it, thank you, and I'm going to hang it up somewhere where, when I choose where I'm going to have a proper filming space. So I'm going to hang it up there, and I love it. I just think it's gorgeous, and it's just really memento. It's like a really good memento, because it just really means a lot, and it was given to us at a really difficult time, a confusing time, and I will cherish this. I just think it's gorgeous. I am going to leave this video here for this week. Usually I know people show you a baby belly, but honestly I don't have a baby belly yet, and I do have a baby belly from my last children, and I do have a little bit of padding on me, so I'm not really one to show you guys my bare belly. I have been left with a really nice mummy's tummy. Like the skin in that just isn't nice. So obviously as I begin to grow, even in the next few weeks, if it kind of pushes out a little bit, of course I'm going to show you guys, but right now I'm just not comfortable with pointing it out there, because generally it's just post baby belly. Alright guys, I am going to leave it there, and I will see you guys next week for my 6-week update. Bye!